Hello, everyone, and welcome to your daily pick a card reading. So, I have three cards over here. Pick the card that you feel most drawn to see what message the universe has for you. And this reading is for the 1st of October. I'll also be reading all the three cards together for a more cohesive message along with an oracle card. But pay close attention to the message the card that you feel drawn to, the message that card carries, and how it plays out in your world. All right, so go ahead and pick a card. Okay, and I'm going to. This is, by the way, card 1. This is card 2, 3. And I'm gonna take a look at the cards now. So the 5 of Swords, the 9 of Pentacles, the 4 of Cups, and the oracle card that I have is Mending. So looking at these cards, the oracle card Mending is telling us that there is some place in our life where we need to course correct. That's what it's about, mending past actions that we took that were not in our highest and best interest. But there's always it's never too late to really course correct. And at the 5 of Swords, that ties in really nicely with the 5 of Swords, because this card is about short-term gains. Okay, this card, the 5 of Swords, is about short-term gains. You look at this person; he is looking sort of that he's victorious, but at the same time, there are other people in the card who are looking miserable. So it's like an empty victory, or it's the kind of gains that you get in the short term, but they'll not lead to long-term fulfillment. And often we are led to towards taking action with just short-term gains in mind, when we are feeling restless, when we are not happy with the way things are going. That's what the 4 of Cups is about. So this card comes up to tell us that we might be bored, or we might be getting restless because things are not going as we had expected them to go. For whatever reason, maybe they're not going fast enough, the results are not coming in, we are putting in the effort, but no joy, right? And when something like this happens, we tend to get impatient, we tend to get frustrated, disappointed, and even desperate. And then we sort of take action from a place of desperation and need, and that has a lot of survival energy to it. And when we are in that kind of an energy, we tend to take decisions which we think will give us some benefit in the short term, but they're really not aligned with who we really are, because survival energy is not who we really are. So the decisions that come from a place of survival is not going to be in alignment with our highest good, our highest purpose, with what we really want. So this is a short-term gains card. And then we have the 9 of Pentacles. Now the 9 of Pentacles is about long-term prosperity. She is someone who has come a long way, and she's someone who is really secure right now. If you see, she's surrounded by lush greenery with pentacles. She's wearing this really opulent robe, and she really has it all figured out. There's a castle in the distance, so there's a lot of abundance, a lot of prosperity, security, that's reflected in this card. And this card is and she's the kind of person who has come to this place right now of great abundance and security because of who she's become. It's not that she was trying to cut corners or did not shortchange herself along the way, or maybe she did, but then she course corrected, just like the Mending card is asking us to do. And we all fall into the trap of taking actions or doing things that just seem like the easy way out, or even that'll give us something, even if it's not what we really want. It will give us something, but the gains seem to be either, you know, very short lived or just not fulfilling at all. So she's someone who's gone through all that probably, and she's someone who realized that that what really matters is to think about the long term goals. So what are your goals in the long term? You know, well, even if it comes to relationships, comes to your work, your things that you want to do. Are you shortchanging yourself right now just because you think you're not going to get what you really want? And if that's the case, where do you think today, you know, or taking decisions just from a place of restlessness and frustration and even boredom, really. So you know, we settle so often settle for less and shortchange ourselves in the process because we think that um, we are not going to get what we really want, so just might as well settle for what's coming in. And that's really like a very that's just going to give us short term gains, like the Five of Swords is telling us. But it's important to, you know, like the Nine of Pentacles is in between these two cards. So really at the heart of anything that we do, it's important to keep the long term, to be in alignment with our highest goal, with the highest, with what we really want to do, you know, and not settle for anything less. So yeah, I feel that's what the cards are telling us today, to identify where in our lives are we taking maybe rash decisions that are not really aligned with what we really want to do. And you know, it's not easy to identify these kind of actions because we tend to get so caught up with and so attached to the final outcome. But one way to filter out these actions is to see if it's like, really, is this what we really want, or are we doing it because we think that there's no other way out, uh, or because, you know, society is telling us to, the culture is telling us to be a certain way or do certain things, or yeah, you know, something along those lines. Or is it something that's really coming from the heart, really coming from what a heart and soul, what you know, heart and soul really want. So yeah, I feel that is the message for today. And it's never too late to course correct, like the mending card is telling us. And the Nine of Pentacles is very much within our reach. So just keep that in mind. And I hope that was helpful. And I will be back with another message tomorrow. Till then, bye bye and take care.